Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about team. All you need to know for the development of team for the PMP exam. This is what we are talking about over here. Let me tell you very quick. This is a very lengthy topic, but I will try to compress the concepts in an easiest way and simplest way possible for you guys, right? So let's get into it for the topic here, team. Okay, so when it comes to the team, the very first thing you need to know is the goal. What is our goal? Our goal is to create a high performing team, a team that is performing high, the team that is performing to the top of their potential. That is our goal. Now, how to do that? First, we need to understand the concept of team. Team is a group of people. So, how the group of people will behave, this is the first thing we need to know. For that, there is a concept, a theory developed by Bruce Tuckman somewhere in 1960s, mid 1960s, and it is known as the Tuckman ladder for team development. Tuckman ladder for team development, or it is also known as team development stages. It means whenever you create a team, a group of people will work together, they will go through these development stages over the period of time. Now, what are those? I will explain them on a little graph over here in front of you. So this is how I will be explaining here. So if I plot x-axis and y-axis over here, x-axis, let us say we have time, and on y-axis we have team performance, collective team performance. Now the team performance will go like this. This is the first stage where the team members form together. They meet together. They get to know each other. This is known as the forming stage. Forming stage is a stage where team members are forming together, getting to know each other. And it happens at the start of the project. And soon after the forming stage, people start arguing with each other. Conflicts arise. The weight of the task at hand becomes a problem. Everyone wants to get their way. Everyone wants to do the work by their own way. So conflicts. The very first thing that happens after the team forms is conflicts. So team will go to the lowest level of their performance, which is storming. Storming is a stage where team members argue with each other, fight with each other. And soon after the storming stage, they will start realizing that, okay, we are here for the project, means that they start appreciating the strengths of each other. So that is the norming stage, where they normalize their way of working. And then There will be a stage will come where they will be at the peak of their performance. This is known as the performing stage. Performing stage is a stage where they are performing high. As you see on the graph, this is the point. If you plot them on the y-axis, that's the highest level of team performance. And what's the lowest level? The storming is the lowest level. This is a stage. The performing stage is a stage where your team will become self-organizing. A self-organizing team is a team that is organizing the work themselves. I'm very particular, organizing the work themselves. That doesn't mean that they are defining the rules and responsibilities by themselves. No, they are organizing the work themselves. Now, soon after the performing stage, of course, team members are performing at the end of the project. When the timeline is ending, the people will come to the adjourning stage. Adjourning stage is a stage where the motivation of the team member drops and the performance of the team member drops due to lack of motivation. Now, a team passes through these 5 distinctive stages: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. And as a project manager, it is our responsibility to understand at what stage the team members are, and then we apply what we need to do. Remember, you might not get a question straightforward. Might not. There is a chance you will get a straightforward question at what stage the team members are, and you need to select out of these 5. But they will put you in a scenario and they will say what you will do next. So you need to know for the PMP exam what stage the team member is. Are they forming? Are they storming? Are they norming, at performing, and adjourning? So what actually you do as a project manager? If your team members are at the forming stage, you need to guide them. You need to direct them. More directional approach needs to be there at this point. Set values. Set goals. When they are at the storming stage, you need to manage conflict. You need to understand that they are fighting, they are arguing. Your goal here is to manage their conflicts. And not only that, you need to set ground rules as well so that the future fights can be sorted out. And when they are at the norming stage, this is a stage where they are normalizing their way of working. Here, you might go and train them, or you might go and mentor them. And when they are at the self-organizing stage, performing stage, you just delegate task. Delegation of task means you let the team take the decisions, you empower your team members, leave the work up to them. Because they are self-organizing, they know how to manage their work. And when they are at the adjourning stage, near the end of the project, you need to keep your motivation high. You need to keep your motivation, not only your team's motivation also high. So keep them motivated. That's your target over here when it comes to the adjourning stage. Very important concept: forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. Now, once you know these things, the next thing you need to know is, since we are talking about people, there are some theories that you should be aware of. In the PMP exam, they will not ask you a direct question about any theory, but these understanding of the theories will help you understand the question in a better way. So, what are those theories? I will just highlight a few of them over here. Number 1 is the Maslow hierarchy of need. Maslow hierarchy of needs. It's like if lower needs are not fulfilled, people will never think of higher needs. What is the lower need? Lower need is a physiological need, food, water, and then people go to the higher need, right? Such as job security, shelter, and then people go to the higher need, right? Such as belongings, creating networks. So understand the hierarchy of needs. If lower needs are fulfilled, people will go and think about the higher needs. Second is the two-factor theory. Two-factor theory. It is also known as the motivation factors versus the hygiene factors. Motivation factors and hygiene factors. Now, as a project manager, you should understand that there are some factors classified under motivation. If those factors are there, people will be more driven towards the work. Salary is not a motivation factor. Salary is a hygiene factor. What is an hygiene factor? Hygiene factor means that those factors must be in place so that team members work. Salary must be in place. Good working environment must be in place. But for the motivation factors, if those factors are there, people will be driven towards the work more progressively, such as maybe you can say rewards, such as you can say recognition, growth. They will be, these factors that I mentioned over here are more motivational factors. Then the third one is theory X and theory Y. It is a theory developed by McGregor and theory X, theory Y. What does it mean? Just understand. Okay. So, theory X, theory Y, it was developed by McGregor. What does it mean? Just understand from the idea of X, cross. Cross means no. So theory X means people following theory X, they don't like the work. They dislike the work. Right? And if I am a manager, I know that these are the people in my team, they don't like their work. So what I will do, I will manage them more in a directive approach. Right? On the other side, theory Y, victory. Why? It means they like their work. Right? So they are more participative. In any group, it happens like this. People are more participative. So what is your role over here as a project manager? If people are more participative, they like their work, let them take the lead. Let them take the decision. So this is how you can understand your people. And while you are doing so, you are always a good leader. What is a leader? A leader is a person who influences people, who lead people from the front, who set examples for the people. Now you need to set examples for the people as a project manager. Now, just the other day I was having a discussion with one of my students, and he messaged a question towards me and said that everything is going good, team members are working very fine, very good, but the team lead is anxious, team lead is frustrated or anxious that there is something wrong happening. So what should the team lead do at this point? Everything is going perfect, team members are very good. So what will be my choice over here? Whether I translate this anxious feeling towards my team member or I will not. That was the real question. So I said, practically speaking, if I translate this anxious feeling towards my team member, since I am the leader, they will get more anxious, right? If a team leader is confident, the team members will be automatically get confidence. If a team leader is frustrated, team members also gets frustrated. So if I'm feeling anxious, I need to look why I'm feeling anxious, right? I need to follow my gut feeling that there might be something going wrong, so I might explore something that might help me in the future. So in that way you answer these questions. A good leader always set an example for the people. Now for the PMP exam, there are certain things that you should be aware of. There is a transactional leadership. Transactional means directional. You give directions. If you do it right, I will reward you. If you do it wrong, I will punish you. Then there is a consultative leadership. You consult, you factor in all the opinions, and then you take the decisions. There is a laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is a hands-off approach. Let them do the work. Appear absent when it comes to the project decisions. Or there is a servant leadership. A servant leader is a person who serves the people. See, what is a servant? A servant is a person who serves. Servant leader is a leader who serves, right? So always be a servant leader when it comes to the PMP exam. A very good concept to have. So who facilitates rather than taking decisions, that's a servant leader. And when you will study the leadership and the types of leadership and all those things, always keep one thing in the mind. Have a growth mindset. Have a growth mindset. What does that mean? It means that every person has a capacity, every person has a capability to learn something. When you are managing your team, keep that in mind, that every person's abilities can be improved over time. That's a growth mindset. So a growth mindset will make you more progressive leader. So when it comes to the PMP questions as well, don't be as a passive approach, be a very proactive approach when it comes to the team management. Okay, now if you summarize over here what we have gone through the how team will develop, how team development will take place, what are the stages, team will pass through these stages. We now know, okay, how people will behave and how we as a good leader can lead them by having a servant leadership and be aware of other leadership types as well. Now some generic concepts that you always need to keep in mind for the PMP exam. Number 1, there is a resource management plan. Resource management plan. Since the word management plan is attached, it means once you create this document, it needs to get approved from the management plan. And the word management plan means the guidelines. So resource management plan means guidelines of managing the resources, means that how to acquire them, how to develop them, or you can say train them. Trainings basically. How to manage them and how to eventually release them, right? This resource management plan also tells us the reward and recognition system, that how to recognize them and how to reward them. One thing I will make it clear here: reward is something tangible, recognition is something not intangible. Reward is something that a bonus you give your employees or something. Recognition is more long lasting. Whenever you give the reward, always give the recognition. Always. But recognition can be given anytime. You don't need to give a reward to recognize someone. Okay? So reward and recognition system is also written in the resource management plan, along with how to acquire them, how to develop them, how to manage and sort out their conflicts, and how you are going to release the resources. That's a resource management plan. If any question comes in the exam in which you need to find out how to do all these things that I have mentioned, refer back to the resource management plan. Then there is a concept of team charter where they say actually is create team norms. Team norms are the expected behavior, that how team members will be behaving while working on the project. Behaving means what etiquette is required, what meeting etiquette required, what communication etiquettes are required, what are the timings that team members should be coming in and going out, right? How they will be behaving with each other and solving their own internal conflicts. Team norms. And this is done if you establish a team charter. Team charter is a document that establishes the team norm. It sets the ground rules as well. Team charter sets the ground rules. All the ground rules are the basic rules that team members should be exhibiting while working on the project. Just like the way I gave you the examples, this is the timing in, timing out, be polite with everyone, and do not use random messages on the work chat. You must use relevant messages. Things like these are written as ground rules, right? So that's a team charter. In the exam, when you see the word team charter, you might see another word, by the way, which is the social contract. You might see this word, or you can say the team's working agreement, right? So all these words are interchangeable when it comes to the team charter. Then the next concept over here is define roles and responsibilities. Define roles and responsibilities. Now here we can use a RACI chart. A RACI chart is a responsibility assignment matrix for which R stands for responsible, A stands for accountable, C stands for consult, and I stands for informed. This is one of my personal favorite tool that I used when it comes to defining who should do what. Yes, this is the main keyword here. RACI chart is used to know who should do what. A responsible is a person who will be doing the work. There can be two people responsible for the same thing. Accountable is a person who will review it, verify it, validate it, who is at the receiving end, who will make sure the responsible people are doing the work. Accountable person should only be one. Always keep that in mind. Accountability should lie with one person, right? And then consult is a person who will give you the consultation, the feedback, and informed is a person that if you don't inform them, their work will be affected. So defining roles and responsibilities is one of the major tasks of a project manager. Now, when it comes to the team, you need to gather the team, you need to form a team. And whenever you are forming your team, always try to create a team around strengths. Know your strengths, know the strengths of the people who are working in your organization, and when you create a team, make sure whatever those strengths are, you work on your strengths. Then support diversity. Studies have shown that a group of diverse people are more productive than a group of non-diverse people. So we support diversity when it comes to forming and gathering your team members. Then we have a concept of virtual or co-located team. Look for virtual or co-located. Look for both options when you are forming your team members. A virtual team is one which is geographically dispersed, not in the same location. Co-location means same location. Always prefer co-location over virtual, because in co-location communication is easy. And remember, one of the principles of Agile, face-to-face communication is the best way of communication when it comes to managing team. But in certain scenarios, we might go virtual, such as not physically possible, all the team members come at one place, high costs are there, or you want to increase your resource pool. Yes, that's an important point. If you are working in a space, in a region or a country, your resource pool is whatever the country you are living in. But if you go virtual, it means your resource pool has now become global. So that's how virtual might get you benefit. But when you are hiring virtual people, be aware of some of the problems that might arise when it comes to the virtual team, such as communication is one, such as time zone is one, right? Time zone has huge problem. And what else we have? Team bond, less team bond. We might have very less team bond when it comes to the virtual team members, because they don't see each other, right? So guideline says that yes, we go with virtual, but remember one thing, don't push the boundaries. If time zone is different, respect the boundaries of the other people, right? And don't push their boundaries that they should be forced to come and join for a meeting when it comes to the PMP exam. Okay, moving forward, right? Create a space where people feel safe. Yeah, they say create a space, psychological safety. What's that? People feel safe. How people can feel safe? People will feel safe only if they feel they are heard, that there is someone who is listening. So we need to have an active listening skills. We listen to our team members, we empower them by listening to them and having a collaborative decision making. We create a culture where the decision making is done in a collaborative way. You sit in a group, discuss the question, and ask everyone to chip in their ideas, and then you decide based upon the collective decision. But remember, whenever you are doing these things, we should respect the personality types of people. Yes, some people are extrovert, some people are introvert, so we should respect their boundaries. Understanding the personalities doesn't mean you are labeling them. Do not label them. But if you know their personality type, you will be more respectful towards them and you will not push their boundaries. For example, an introvert person, you will not push him to speak in a public. You should not push him to speak in a public. So our job is to create a space where people feel safe, right? Psychological safety through active listening, empowering team member, collaborative decision making, and of course respect the boundaries of each other by understanding their personalities. Then when you are creating a team, we need to train them, coach them, mentor them. It is our responsibility as a project manager to train our people for a particular skill set, because training means adding a new skill set. Coaching means how to use the skill set, and mentoring is how to be consistent in that long-term relationship. So when it comes to the training, always know the gap, what skill is required. When it comes to the training, always understand what skill is required, right? Check internal availability first. If it is available, the skill is available internally, prefer that. And if it is not, then check it can be learned or not, can be acquired or not. And if it can be acquired, here lies your training. So you need to create a training requirements. You need to do that as a project manager, because the scope of the work is known by you, not your HR. So can be learned. If yes, means you have some time for learning, right? Because remember, learning requires time, acquiring a skill requires time. So if it can be learned, yes, create training requirements. Communicate those requirements to the HR, right? Tell them and look for options. Look for options. What options do you have? Can you go for cheapest option, or it requires some specialized training, so will require some additional funds? So look for the cheapest option when it comes to the training. And then of course you conduct the training. The outcome of the training is very important here, because we all started with what skill is required over here. So the outcome of the training must be, is the skill acquired or not? Does it improve the project performance or not? So training has a huge emphasis when it comes to the concepts of managing people. Training must be scheduled on the program, on your project schedule, and must be close to the point of solution. It's not like that you are doing the training here on the first month and that particular item is required on the 9th month, right? So close to the point of solution, because the knowledge will be fresh and it can be easily applied. Okay, so keep these few guidelines to yourself when it comes to the training. Then when you are managing your team, you need to use emotional intelligence. understand the emotions of the people around you, but first understand the emotions, what is happening within you. Emotional intelligence. Emotion is a feeling. What is a feeling? Feeling happy, feeling sad, feeling depressed. All these are feeling. So if you know what is happening within you, only then you can understand the feeling that is going on in front of you actually. So emotional intelligence is one of the skill that must be learned. Okay, so it means basically understanding the emotions around you and act accordingly. So then of course you need to manage conflicts. When it comes to the team management, conflict management is one of the most vital topic. Whenever you need to study the people domain, whenever you need to study team management, of course conflict will have a lot of questions in the exam. Number one, conflicts are good. Conflicts are considered best actually when it comes to your team. Why? Because if your team members are having conflicts, it means they are doing something about the project. Okay, so treat conflict as a positive thing. Then you must know the stages of conflict. What are the stages of conflict? The very first stage is problem to solve. Problem to solve is a stage where the team members are solving the problem on their own. Collaboration is happening. Let them solve the problem. The second stage is disagreement. Disagreement is a stage where they disagree with each other, but they are open to talk. They both parties have facts, they are open to talk. And when they are open to talk, your input should come here, solution should come from the project manager at this point. Then the third stage is contest. Now at this stage they are above the logical thinking. Now emotional thinking is coming into play. Means that team members will be now emotionally driven towards any solution. It is like A versus B contest, win-lose situation. I must win, you must lose. That's a win-lose situation going on over here at the contest stage. Then the next stage is fight or flight. It means the actual fight will take place maybe, or trying to hurt each other, trying to get rid of the opponent. And the last stage is intractable situation. Means now things are going out of the hand. There is no turning back. So the whole point of understanding these 5 stages is you will not get a question directly. What is this stage or what is that stage? The whole point is you need to know how to lower the stage, how to bring the stage down. If they are at contest stage, enforce the ground rules, make their emotions down, listen to their frustrations, listen to their point of view, whatever. Lower their emotions down, enforce the ground rules. If they are at the disagreement stage, try to listen to them and give them solutions so that they solve the problem on their own. But this is the very first problem to solve. This is the stage where collaboration takes place, and the best stage you need to know. You need to come actually when it comes to the team. Now, there are some conflict resolution solutions that you should be aware of. Conflict resolution solutions. Conflict resolution solutions. How to understand them? Now, I will draw a graph here. Cooperativeness on x-axis and assertiveness on y-axis. So it means high assertiveness is over here, low assertiveness is over here, high cooperativeness is over here, and low cooperativeness is over here. What does it mean? Assertiveness means I am putting my point of view. Assertive, I am pushing my point of view. I am putting my point of view. Okay, forget about pushing. I am putting forward my point of view. Assertiveness, high. Now, high assertiveness and high cooperativeness, you lie here. Means you are putting your point of view and you are listening. You are willing to cooperate with the other point of view as well. This is the point, the green box that I have made. This is the point where collaboration takes place. High cooperative, high assertive. Now, if only I am assertive without cooperating with the other party, I am here at this point. Let me say that I am here with this blue point over here. So I am directing, forcing maybe. Assertive, high assertive. I am putting my point of view. I need to do that, by the way, sometimes when it comes to the project management and team members are not listening. I need to be assertive. I need to put my point of view. Team members are lacking the performance, right? And I don't have time. I need to put my point of view. Cooperativeness, high cooperativeness and low assertiveness. Let me use this orange color to show that over here. This is where smoothing takes place. Smoothing or accommodating. What does that mean? It means that I am willing to cooperate, high, but I am not putting my point of view. I am not putting my point of view, but I am willing to cooperate. It happens when a senior is saying something and you are junior, so you are not putting your point of view. You are just doing what the senior is saying. This is smoothing, accommodating. And then we have over here with this purple color, which is I'm not putting my point of view and I'm not willing to cooperate as well. This is avoiding. I'm avoiding the conflict. Means I don't have my point of view. I don't want to put my point of view, and cooperativeness is also not there. And then there is something that happens in the middle, which is a compromise. Compromise is a solution where both parties agree on a lower ground, agree on a common ground, they agree on a middle ground. The both parties lose something in order to come to an agreement. That's a compromise solution. Okay, so that 4-5 words over here that I have written: forcing, directing, collaborating, compromise, avoiding, smoothing, you must know while you are solving people domain questions. Now, I try to summarize that, but still it is becoming a 43-45 minutes video, but it will give you a little idea. If I zoom it out, it's not really visible actually. Let me just zoom in here a bit. So it all starts with the Tuckman ladder, understanding how the team will behave. Then you understand the people. Then you know the leadership. You need to lead them. Then some formal concepts come, such as resource management plan, development of team norms, team charter, defining roles and responsibilities, create a team around strengths, support diversity, virtual team, co-located team, create a space where people feel safe, psychological safety, active listening, empowering team, collaborative decision making, respect the personalities of the people, use emotional intelligence, use influencing skills. Then it was all about training, that you need to train people, check for internal availability. If it can be learned, yes, go for the training. And then manage conflicts, understand these 5 stages of conflict, and some conflict resolution solutions. Now, that's all you need to know. In 1 hour, in 45 minutes, we have summarized all concepts for the team. Remember, I just put some highlights over here. If you open up, there are a lot of new terminologies. This is what I used to say to my every student. What is PMP? PMP is learning a standard of project management. Now, what is a standard? Standard is something, for example, if you are learning a standard of quality management, that doesn't mean that you are learning what is quality, right? It means you are learning the terminologies that is used as a standard for quality management. Similarly, the standard of PMP doesn't mean that you are learning project management. You already know project management, but learning the vocabulary, that is very important. Okay, so I hope this lesson will be very beneficial for you. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and it will help me to keep going, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.